So the first verse in the Bible reads, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim wa et haaretz. In beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the word for God, Elohim, is masculine plural. Nobody doubts this. But the verb that it is twinned with is bara, which is masculine singular. So right from the beginning of the Bible, God is presented in action as singular, but the noun used for him is Elohim, plural, what we call the plural of majesty. The plural of majesty. He's not just any old God. He is the God of gods, right? So we are going to use Elohim when referring to him, and then for all the others, we'll call them El, God. So later on in the creation account, God says, let us make man in our own image. And the meaning of this has been very disputed for the best part of 2,000 years. So you can easily go online and find all sorts of explanations for this, very often confused by arguments between monotheists and polytheists, or monotheists and Trinitarians, or various combinations of this. Now, the point is that the Bible consistently, and not just in the Hebrew Bible, but even in the book of Revelation at the end of the New Testament, you see God seated in the midst of his heavenly council. The book of Revelation draws on a lot of Hebrew Bible references for this, with the elders on their thrones surrounding the throne of God. And the most obvious way, which takes into account not just the whole of the Bible, but what we know from the history of its interpretation and the context it was originally written in, is that when trying to picture God is impossible. You're trying to describe the indescribable through human means. So the ancients, when they tried to describe God, they thought of him as a king. And a king sits on a throne and he's surrounded by his heavenly court. And when the king makes his decisions, he discusses his decisions with his courtiers. Let us make man in our own image. It is God as king talking to his courtiers saying, let us do this, and we will make human like us, as opposed to the rest of the created order, the animals. What is it that distinguishes humans from animals? Humans have a spirit. God is spirit. The heavenly court are spirits. Humans have a body, but they also have a spirit, and that's what differentiates mankind, from the rest of the created order. We have that aspect of us which will live forever.